let's start off talking about the need for financial advice. There comes a time in our lives where something's changed. Maybe we're approaching retirement. Maybe we are retired. Maybe we want to do some end-of-life planning. Maybe we want to do some estate planning, where we need a financial advisor. It's almost impossible for the average person to properly manage their money. Like anything else, you don't manage your own health care. You don't go into court without a lawyer. And too many people manage their own money, and they're unqualified to do so. I get a kick. I see some people with a lot of money, and the way they're managing it on their own without professional advice is a disaster. They have no idea what they're doing. But there comes a time in our lives when we really do need professional advice. So how do you determine the proper advisor for you? This is a very, very difficult thing for people. And it's difficult because there's a big blur out there between different types of advisors. Anybody can call themselves a financial advisor. But are they an insurance agent? Do they exclusively use insurance products? Are they a stockbroker? What are they? What are they primarily? Very few people in the financial services industry are a pure financial advisor. Now, if you're looking for the cream of the crop, somebody who could actually call themselves a financial advisor, you're looking at a certified financial planner. You can't get higher than that in financial services. That person has a significant amount of experience in all aspects of money management, not just investments. They're great at taxes, corporate benefits, estate planning, end-of-life planning, which we're going to touch on in the hour. Corporate benefits, financing a house, anything that's money related. A good certified financial planner can advise you on it. But if your financial advisor is an insurance agent and the answer to every issue is an annuity or a life insurance product, that person is not there to advise you on estate planning or taxes or anything else. And you got to understand the difference between financial salesmen and women and financial advisors. So it's very, very tough, for a person to go out there and find somebody that's competent. And you want to know, what does this person offer me as far as the complete package of having a financial advisor? And you got to watch out for titles. People are impressed by titles. There's 100 different financial advisor designations out there now. Some of them are strong, other ones are very weak, and they're a 2 or 3 hour class just so somebody can put letters after their name. So again, what's the different types of advisors? I'm going to go over it with you. Now, there's a need for each one of these, all right? And it depends what your needs are, which one is right for you. All right, we said before, a certified financial planner, also known as a CFP. They call them a CFP professional now. This is the most prestigious financial advisor designation. There's nothing higher than that. So how do you become a certified financial planner? 3 years experience in financial services industry, a bachelor's degree from college, or you don't have to have a bachelor's degree, but you have to have 5 years of financial planning experience. You have to pass a 2-day exam that covers financial planning, taxes, insurance, estate planning, retirement planning. It's been a long time since I took that test, but boy, that was a grueling test. To keep your designation, you have to maintain high ethical conduct. It's very easy to lose that designation. Every 2 years, you have to complete 30 hours of continuing education. Now, my 2-year period is up next week, so I'm renewing my CFP certification. Over the last month, I've been doing all my continuing education. Now, I've been a certified financial planner for 35 years. I've been in financial services. Next year, it's going to be 40 years, and I still have to take continuing education. It's pretty funny because I take these classes and I don't even really study the paper, the book. I just take the test because I know the answers. I can teach these courses. How annuities work, how mutual funds. I know the answers to this stuff. Oh God. So a CFP, if you're looking for a comprehensive planner, not somebody just to invest 50 grand for you, but you're looking for somebody that's going to be your right-hand person with your taxes, with your estate planning, with your end-of-life planning, with your income for retirement, to deal with your 401k rollover when you retire. You're looking for a certified financial planner. And we're going to talk about how everybody gets compensated. But for the most part, dealing with a certified financial planner is no more expensive than dealing with any other financial professional who is not as educated or as competent. Let's talk about a registered representative. What is that? They're also known as stockbrokers or account executives, but they often refer to themselves as financial advisors. But what they really are security salespeople. Now, in addition to being a certified financial planner, I'm a registered representative. I've been a licensed stockbroker for 39 years. Part of financial planning is having the ability to transact securities transactions for your clients. So you'll find that most certified financial planners are stockbrokers. And how do you become a stockbroker or a registered representative? You pass a test. That's all it takes. Most people think, well, this person's a stockbroker. They must be really smart. They must know everything about money. No, it doesn't mean that at all. I passed my registered representative test when I was 23. And that gave me, I took a series, what's called a Series 6 test, which allowed me to sell mutual funds. Did that make me a financial advisor? Absolutely not. I knew nothing. I knew how to sell you a mutual fund, or at least I thought I did. I worked for a company called First Investors. All I did was sell First Investors products. I wasn't a financial advisor. I thought I was. I worked in New York City. I thought I was all it. I remember getting out of the Port Authority, walking down 7th Avenue. My office was 2 Penn Plaza, which is the building right in front of Madison Square Garden. As a matter of fact, I was in New York City Thursday night and drove by there, and I looked up and I said, that's where it all started. But I felt like I was all in with my cheap suit and my briefcase, walking down 7th Avenue, going to my office. I certainly was not a financial advisor. I certainly wasn't a financial planner. Then you have registered investment advisor. Okay, this is usually an individual or a firm that works on fees and manages money. We're going to talk the difference between managed money and just somebody selling you some investments. And some RIAs are also registered representatives or brokers. I am both. I'm a registered investment advisor representative, and I'm also a registered representative for a brokerage. So, registered investment advisors, for the most part, charge fees versus commissions, but they could do both. Then you have insurance agents. So insurance agents, they get licensed by the state, they take a test for insurance, and they sell life, health, property, insurance, variable annuities, fixed annuities. The problem with insurance agents is that's what they do, insurance-related products. That does not make them well-rounded financial advisors. The answer to all your issues are going to be a life insurance policy or an annuity. And I know many people in the business who are insurance agent, and that's all they do. That's the answer to everything. Then you have chartered life underwriter. What is that? That's the most prestigious designation in the insurance industry. They're a little bit more rounded. in financial planning and so forth, but they're still insurance people. Then you have your accountant. Accountant, what do? They're tax people. They'll do your tax return. They'll advise you on tax issues. Most accountants are very good at what they do, but I wouldn't consider my accountant my financial advisor. Now, in my case, I'm kind of rare in the business. In addition to being a certified financial planner, a registered representative, a registered investment advisor, I'm also a tax accountant. I'm not a CPA, I'm a CFP. But I've been preparing taxes for 35 years for my clients. For most of my clients, not only am I their financial planner, their investment advisor, their estate planner, I'm also their accountant. And I'm surprised more people don't do both. I mean, I find that taxes go hand in hand with almost everything we do financially. Everything has a tax consequence, right? And the advantage of dealing with your financial advisor also being your accountant, because the right hand always knows what the left hand's doing. Clients of mine who I'm not their accountant, I'm surprised sometimes when they come and see me to do their taxes. Why'd you do that? Oh, I don't know. Well, the thing is, if your accountant is also your financial planner, he'll make sure that you don't do stupid things because he sees everything that's going on in your financial life. Then you got some, like I said before, there's hundreds of designations out there. Here's a very weak one. Let's see. Certified senior advisor. All right, seniors, big portion of our society now as baby boomers retire. You can go take a course. I think it's 3 hours. And you can become a certified senior advisor, a CSA. Then you have certified senior consultant. Same thing. Then you have certified fund specialist. What does that mean? This person took a self-study course, passed 3 short exams, and now they are supposedly an expert at mutual funds. So what do? Find out what you need in a financial advisor. If you just need a life insurance policy, deal with an insurance agent. Right? You just want to buy some mutual funds, you could deal with a broker or some stocks. Are you looking for a comprehensive plan where you're retiring and everything's being considered, your taxes, your Social Security, your income? How do I get income? How do I protect what I have? How do I pass on my wealth to my kids? How do I protect my inheritance from the cost of long-term care? These are all the things that a certified financial planner will do for you. Now let's talk about the 2 different ways money is taken care of, or how you invest money. The first one is you go see a broker or again, a financial advisor, quote unquote. And just realize that 80% of people call themselves financial advisors are financial salespeople and can't advise you on taxes or estate planning or how Medicaid works for nursing homes. That's not what they do. So just always be aware that, does this person selling me something? Are they working for me? Are they working for themselves? So, and I've done both, but you have financial quote-unquote advisors who work on commission. The first half of my career, I was that person. I worked on commission because that's what most people did at that time. I made commissions mainly for selling mutual funds or annuities. The problem with a commission-based advisor is you go see a commission-based advisor, and I use that term advisor loosely. That's not an advisor. It's someone selling you something, making a commission and moving on. And that's the thing with commission-based people, is that they don't make anything after the sale. So you're kind of dead to them. And you wind up with what's called a static portfolio. It's whatever investment you have, you continue to have, no changes are made. You'll almost never get a call from that person saying that, look, I don't like the way the market's looking. Let's take an adjustment and let's lower the risk. Let's rebalance the portfolio. You're not going to get those calls for the most part. Why? Because there's no financial interest for that person. They're off looking for the next new client because they got to pay their bills next month. They don't care about you. And that's how people lose a lot of money when markets turn south, because, there's nobody watching it. There's nobody making adjustments. It's not until you call the broker and say, hey, John, I'm getting killed here. What do I do? And you say, well, Mr. Client, we can move you into more conservative things. Well, you say, well, why didn't you call me ahead of time and do that? Now the damage is done. So you got to be very, very careful. Also, you have to worry about conflicts of interest. Is this commission-based person selling me something because they're selling me an annuity because they're making 8% commission when I'd be better off with a mutual fund, but they'd only make 2 or 3%? So anytime there's commissions involved, your radar always has to go up. And you have to determine, is this, right for me or right for them? And a lot of times on commission-based products, you're locked up. You take the money out over time, you get penalties and so forth. So you got to be careful with that as well. So what's the other way to do it? Well, the other way to do it is through fee-based planning or money management. And that's the way I think everybody should look at it. You should want a fee-based planner. Why? Number one, because they're getting paid every year. They're getting a management fee every single year to manage your money. They have a vested interest in your success. Number two, there's no conflict of interest. They're not going to sell you something. They're not making commissions, so it doesn't matter what you own. They're not going to push you in an annuity because they're getting compensated 4 times a mutual fund. If a fee-based advisor is making, 1.5% a year managing your money, there is no incentive to push you into something that's not right for you. Also, in fee-based money management, your money's managed. It's not static. And usually you're paying somebody to look at the markets, to look at your accounts, and make sure if things aren't right, they make adjustments. I don't sell investments for the most part. I manage money. There's a big difference. In money management clients, we watch their money all the time, and we're always making adjustments to the portfolio. I mean, we've had a really bad start of the year. It's been historically bad for stocks and bonds. For our conservative clients, in February, this spring, we moved them to cash. Our clients today, as we speak, are 100% in U.S. Treasury money market accounts for now, because we feel that's the best place for them to be in this uncertain time. We'll move them back into their investments at the right time. That's money management. And you pay fees for that. You hear the term used a lot. It's called fiduciary. What's a fiduciary? A fiduciary is a person or an organization or a company that acts on behalf of somebody else. A fiduciary has to put their client's interest ahead of their own. That would make sense, don't you think? That anything financial, any advisor you have should put your well-being ahead of their own? You would think that would be normal. It's not. Now, the brokerage industry now has really put regulations in to make almost everybody a fiduciary. And to be a fiduciary, the responsibilities are both ethical and legal. A fiduciary is expected to work on behalf of their clients in the best interest of their clients. And registered investment advisors are fiduciaries. Certified financial planners are fiduciaries. So it's good. Always ask a potential, again, quote unquote advisor, are you a fiduciary to me? And that tightens things up a lot. They can't just put you in an annuity where they get an 8% commission if they're a fiduciary. They have to make sure that that is in your best interest compared to all their alternatives. So what do? I mean, you can't just abdicate responsibility for your money to somebody else. You don't want to do that. You want to be involved. I've had too many people come to me and say, Lou, I don't know anything about money. Here, just take my nest egg and you do what you think is the right thing to do. And I don't like that. I'd rather, no, I want you to be involved. Let's talk about how these things work. It's not that complicated. Let's talk about the investments and why we're doing it this way. So don't abdicate. And this happens a lot with typically older widow women. They don't know about money because they were never involved in it. The husband took care of everything, and now they'll abdicate to this nice young man, that your friend uses that works for an insurance company. Interview a number of financial advisors. Find out which one you feel most comfortable with. Find out what kind of services they offer you. What can you do for me? If I want to go buy a new car, are you able to tell me the best ways to finance it? Are you able to advise me on tax matters? Are you able to review my insurance policies to make sure that I'm paying the right amount and I have the right amount of insurance? Are you capable, if I start to become, my health declines, mentally or physically, that you could advise me on end-of-life planning? What do you need in a financial advisor? Another thing, too, experience means everything. In the financial services industry, turnover is huge. Most people who enter the financial services industry don't last very long. It's tough to get started. I struggled in the beginning. I almost left the business 3 times when I was young. You don't get a salary for the most part. You work on commission. I can't tell you how many times it was the end of the month and I hadn't done enough business to pay my bills the next month. And I, a number of times, was looking for a salary job. I had a young family. Thankfully, I got through it and built my business from there. But it's a struggle in the beginning. So you want somebody with experience. It doesn't cost you any more money to deal with somebody that's been in the business 10, 20, 30, 40 years. There's no premium for longevity and experience. Like a good law firm, right? You want to get a really good lawyer, it costs you an arm and a leg, right? You're going to pay for their experience. That's not true with financial planners. So maybe you want a planner with a little bit of gray in his hair, or in my case, little hair. The bottom line is a good financial advisor is as essential to your financial health as a good physician is to your physical health. To use a financial physician analogy. So if you're looking for an advisor, hire a well-rounded, experienced advisor, preferably a certified financial planner who has good knowledge of estate planning, taxation, insurance, and other areas of financial management. But most importantly, in your gut, if that person is BSing you, is selling you, has your best interest at heart, is competent. So you want to feel an overall trust and a good comfort level with whatever advisor you select. You want an advisor who you have easy access to, that returns your calls. People come to me, new clients that have advisors elsewhere, and they say, oh, I call this guy, he doesn't call me back, or, it takes a couple of days for him to get back to me. That's unacceptable. A financial advisor should get back to you, if not that same day, within 24 hours. You want to have an advisor that communicates well with you, that you feel comfortable that you could talk to. And you got to realize a good financial advisor is going to be a very important part of your life. They should care about your family, your future. One of the things we're doing now, because of my longevity in the business, my firm, AFM Investments, founded with my partner, Martin Salzman, 35 years ago. So a lot of our clients have been with us for decades. They retired at 65. Now they're 85, 90. And now we're meeting with their children, discussing generational wealth transfer, long-term care planning. We're doing all that stuff now. I rarely had to do it when I was younger in my career because my clients were young. But now that, my clients have aged, I've been thrust into this over the years. And we're doing a lot of gifting strategies, estate planning, end-of-life planning, long-term care planning. End of life, that's where people make a lot of mistakes. A lot of wealth can be burned up without the right planning. Well, you're not going to go to an insurance agent and get that kind of advice. So be careful in choosing a financial advisor. Ask them how they work, how are they compensated, are they a fiduciary, do they work on commissions, do they work on fees, what kind of access will I have to you? Do you have clients that are similar to me? My specialty has always been senior financial issues. My clients are mainly retired or pre-retired. That's where our expertise is. The senior financial issues, Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, nursing home planning, income planning. How often will I see a statement? Can I meet with you anytime with no cost? Will you, can I fire you? And if I do, what is the financial aspect? Am I going to have any penalties or commissions if I want to move my money away from you? Could I contact references from you? Now, that's kind of like an iffy thing. If someone's going to give you references, they're going to give you the names of people that love them. They're not going to give you the names of people who are going to say bad things about you. But it helps to ask just basic questions. Are you comfortable with that person? Tell me about them. Are you glad you made that decision to go with them? Any problems that have you encountered with that person? Oh, and lastly, definitely look up the disciplinary history of anybody you're doing business with. There are resources that you can go to look at the exact history of any financial advisor. Broker check is one. And again, most financial people are registered representatives. They're licensed to sell securities, whether they're mutual funds, variable annuities, or stocks and bonds. You could just go on broker check, put in their name, and you could find everything about them. Do they have a disciplinary history? Have they had client complaints? Have they had settlements? Is there any criminal history? All that stuff's available to the public if you check it. Very important to do that. So again, finding a financial advisor, not everybody needs one. You got $50,000 to your name and you're just looking to put money in an IRA. You don't need a financial advisor. You don't need a certified financial planner. Chances are they're not going to take you because you're too small. But if you do need comprehensive financial planning, you're approaching retirement, you're going into retirement now, you have a big 401k, or you have pension options you have to discuss, that's the time to seek out a good certified financial planner. Let's take a break. Call number here is 732-237-9626. My name is Lou Scatigna. You're listening to The Financial Physician. Don't go in.